Welcome to Influential Entrepreneurs, bringing you interviews with elite business leaders and experts, sharing tips and strategies for elevating your business to the next level. Here's your host, Mike Saunders.
Hello and welcome to this episode of Influential Entrepreneurs. This is Mike Saunders, the Authority Positioning Coach. Today we have back with us Tyrone Clark, who's the president and founder of Broker's Choice of America. Tyrone, welcome back to the program.
Thank you, Mike. It's good to be back.
Hey, when we spoke last time, we were talking all about your kind of zone of genius of helping advisors fill their calendar and creating that cocoon of success. And you briefly touched on some of the special programs that you guys offer. And I really was intrigued in learning more about that. So tell us a little bit about what your special programs are, and then let's dive into how that benefits advisors.
Well, I'd be happy to do that. I'm just chomping at the bit to do that because I'm very proud of our programs and how we approach this. So Mike, financial advisors, they, come in all kinds of different backgrounds, all kinds of different interests. And I ask an advisor to first, before they look at any kind of marketing programs, and there's a lot of them out there, to kind of do a little self-discovery first, to just take a little bit of time and think about what is their passion and what is their mission. Okay. And then we try to guide them to programs that are going to be life with a purpose and fulfilling for them. It's not about making a bunch of money. That's the wrong way to approach any of our marketing systems. The right way is what's in your heart and what is your passion and your mission. And from that standpoint, and hopefully there's a faith-based foundation within that process. But from that process, we have 11 different programs. Now, each program is headed up by a very successful mentor of that program. We have the longevity market. That's for folks who are aging in our society, which is like 150 million people. We have the certified financial fiduciary program, and that's real popular now in light of the media surrounding the DOL. A federal market. Some folks like to work with federal employees. We also have the women's market. That's one of my favorite because the women will control $36 trillion. They'll be the money masters of America here in just 6 years. Social Security market, there's actually more people applying for Social Security today, Mike, than in the history of our country. And then we have a very unique program. As you know, Mike, everybody is going to be digital. And the most successful, I call it the GOA. I think you all know what the GOAT is. In my opinion, the greatest of all time, number one all-time successful digital individual is a program with Al Casado that our numbers just simply cannot be competed with anybody in the country. But then some advisors want to work in the affluent market. And that, each of these markets have a whole bunch of things involved with that. And then the IRA 401k rollover. That's, $1 trillion market, and that's assets in motion. And that's a magnificent program. David Royer heads that up. And then, of course, let me tell you a blue ocean opportunity, Mike, and that's with business owners. Of all the markets we're talking about, that's one of the markets that is blue ocean with very little competition there. And the number one concern of business owners is taxes. But now what's going to happen is the estate planning market is starting to also heat up quite a bit based on the sunset laws, as they call it. And then there's, of course, the college planning, which is ideal for family planning market. Those are the 11 markets. And what our goal is to put an advisor in a complete cocoon of success. And what that means is with each of these markets, we have educational systems for them, sales training programs within each market, technology systems, branding and promotion, and that's of course where you come in, Mike. And then we have automation and a back room support, and then communications. And then, of course, we have recognition and rewards. So, what we like about these programs is we are not looking for masses. We want every individual in any of those programs to be outrageously successful. And people want to home and they want to be around with like-minded advisors, but they want camaraderie and they want to talk to other advisors who are experiencing the same thing they are. So believe me, it took many years to figure this out. My original position was I was known as the seminar king and the expert in annuities, and I built the most successful seminar program that was over 8,000 agents I trained, and that's I learned from that, and I said I can duplicate this platform in several other markets, but I have to have somebody who is an expert and successful in each of those markets. So we're very excited and happy about what we're done, and we're probably the most copied FMO. Everybody's
Mm.
always trying to copy what I'm doing. They've even sent spies to learn about our success.
Oh no.
And so, but we're having a great time, even though I've been at this 43 years. There's more opportunity than I've ever seen in my whole life. And technology is empowering each advisor to go beyond their wildest dreams of success today.
A couple things you mentioned there, Tyrone, that I want to key in on, and I asked you one question, and you just gave like a masterclass. So I think that is spectacular. A couple things I want to unpack, which you did
Mm.
not say. Oh, well, we help advisors make a million, trillion, gazillion dollars, and live on the beaches of the world. Nope. You said first we want to help advisors who have a purpose and a passion and a mission. And if you have that as a foundation, you are approaching your client then with the right attitude of giving and serving and educating and teaching and being a fiduciary and putting their best interest first. So I love that foundation. And then the other thing that jumped out at me is you're not just helping your clients. Your advisors in your that you work with are not just helping their clients retire well or not run out of money in retirement. That is so broad. You are put together these dream team of market mentors who help them focus on one area of specialty. I would venture to say that even though you have 11 programs, you would not want your advisor to start dabbling in all 11. It would be like, look, here's this menu. Which one resonates with you most? And then let's dive in deep. So talk a little bit about that focused area of specialty and how that really arms the advisor to become that expert in that one specific area.
Well, Mike, let's start with one area, okay? The longevity market. That's the aging market. Now, in the aging market, an advisor really wants to be the type of person that simply cares about other people, and they have a big heart for those as they're going through the journey of aging. And so the advisors we handpick that we allow to be in that kind of program, they have to have patience. They have to have a foundation of good morals, but they really got to really like working with somebody like me. I'm 65. I'm an old guy. Some people may not have they may not have patience working with me. So we want people that really care about others. And I will tell you that women tend to be more caring and more sensitive, genuine, sincere. And so, to answer your question, Mike, each of these different markets, you got to have the match the individual based on their real mission and their what they want. And so, I love to hear from an advisor when I ask them a question about what is it you really want to accomplish in the next 5, 10 years, or before we all pass away. And I really liked when someone said, Tyrone, I really want to help people. They didn't say, how much money do I make and can I get rich? That turns me off totally.
Yep.
I
Yeah.
want somebody that's going to say, Tyrone, I really want to help people. And I said, but now you might say, Tyrone, I'd like to help families. I want to help young families. Well, of course, that's great opportunity in the college planning market. You might have some advisors say, Tyrone, uh, now give this to everybody. You'll like this. I used to do a seminar called How to Avoid Inheritance Nightmares, Outlaw In-Laws, and Family Conflicts When You Die.
Mhm.
And you might have an advice that says, Tyrone, that's what I really want to do because of my experience in my own family, having gone through probate. So I really want the estate planning market. And I had one fantastic woman advisor recently say, Tyrone, my dad was a business owner, so my heart is with the business owner. I know what it's
Yeah.
like for my father to build a business, go without making a paycheck to pay his employees, and I want to empower um, business owners. And that so, but see, that woman, she wasn't coming from the standpoint of how lucrative is this. She was coming from that's her mission.
Yeah.
And when it's all said and done, at the end of the day, with all these advisors in the programs, they made a difference. They have a life with purpose, and it's helping people in those areas.
There's one thing you mentioned that I want to kind of draw people's attention to, because again, you've got 11 spectacular programs, but there's a thread of commonality that would run through each and every one of them so that no matter which program an advisor wants to focus on, kind of like what you just mentioned. Oh, this person's passion was business owners because their dad, or oh, this person had a mom or dad who had Alzheimer's and they want to focus on longevity. But guess what? There is a recurring theme through all of these is something you already touched on, and you talked about virtual. And I feel like if you wanted to focus on business owners, let's say there's some business owners in your backyard, so to speak, but you open up an entire world when you can go virtual, and it's not as simple as just saying, call me, I can do a Zoom call. There is a specific process with that. So talk a little bit about what you're doing to help advisors, break out of just their local geographic mindset and take their practice virtual with digital business model.
Well, here's the bottom line for all advisors right now today, Mike, is transform or die.
Yeah.
If you don't transform your business is going to die. Everything is going digital. And very soon, Mike, the big corporations with the billions of dollars are going to take technology and financial planning, financial management, wealth management. They're going to take it to a whole nother level that an individual independent advisor cannot compete with.
Yeah.
So we are fortunate because we feel we're ahead of them, and that's the mentorship that I have there. Someone who converted his practice in 2015 to 100% digital. We have advisors that got rid of their offices and they're 100% digital. So I put together a program to help an advisor. It's called the 10 Steps to Digital Transformation.
Mm-hmm.
And you've got to follow each step. That's not my genius. It's the hard knock school of advisors that have gone through this process. And let me tell you, going digital, you'll write more business than you've ever written before. There's no cap on your potential, and it's much more efficient and it's more effective. Your appointments take less time.
Yeah.
The efficiency, there's no comparison. So, if an advisor wants to be very successful in helping people, it can be done more effectively now using the entire realm of the digital process.
And I think too that people need to realize that we're not talking about quote unquote hiding behind your computer screen and just blasting out social media messages and emails. We're talking about being digital and virtual with some really warm, vibrant, high touch relationship building. So, as an example, you can send a video email where it's a personalized video email, and that really bonds you to that person even before the call. Or on a Zoom, you turn the camera on and wave at the person one on one. So, in other words, I think that sometimes when people hear digital or virtual, they think, "Oh, I'm just hide behind the computer, firing off emails." Nope, you guys have cracked the code on being able to go virtual to expand your territory, but also creating that high touch personal, right?
Yeah, so something new has happened in the digital world that social scientists and behavioral scientists are just now getting a grip on this. What's happened here is people now have digital relationships.
Yeah.
Okay. And so here's a concept for everybody. The people that you text on a regular basis, okay, I'm not talking about going to Facebook and posting things. The people you're texting to is your social circle, and they become conditioned into a digital relationship. Now, what's important there, Mike, is that these big companies are figuring out uh, that they want to have the customer to have a digital relationship with their entity. It even goes as far as understanding the dopamine and the chemical brain process of a digital relationship.
Hmm.
Soon, what people are going to see is social monetization of their digital relationships. So that kind of talking a whole nother level, but that's an example of how we try to stay ahead of the entire marketplace. That's what I'm known for, is being cutting edge and innovative, way ahead of the industry. That's just the way I'm made and built, and so are you, Mike. We're both marketing twins, and
Yep.
that's
A brother from another
20,
mother.
24 hours, 7 days a week is how we function.
Yeah, and I just really resonate with everything you said there about digital because you can focus on the federal market and use digital virtual technology. You can focus on longevity, business owners, and layer in these things. So there's many ways that your 11 special programs can really stack together. But I think that one of the key ones is that digital business model, like you just explained. So I think it is just so spectacular. So it's not just here's this suite of great products we can have an advisor sell to your prospects. This is something where BCA helps you develop that purpose and passion and mission, and then you've got the suite of programs that you can say what resonates with you and where can we help you dive in deep and create that footprint using some of the virtual technology and go deeper on business owners and maybe that blue ocean strategy that you were talking about. So I think it's just spectacular there, Tyrone. And if someone is listening to this thinking, I might want to learn a little bit more about one or of these programs, what's the best way that they can learn more and then also reach out and connect with you?
Well, just text me, call me, or send me an email. My number is 720-560-1280. You can send an email to tclark@brokerschoice.com. Mike, we have tremendous amounts of resources that we will give an advisor to just help them. I've always had a philosophy to help people, and it will come back to you. I even help my competitors. I help them to do better, and good things come out of just sharing and helping people.
Yeah.
But I have so many things that I can give to an advisor to just help them in these different areas. And but just text me, uh, call me. but the one thing I just want to say one last thing, Mike, and that is what I love doing is helping an advisor on an individual basis. I'll give you just a quick example. One time I had an advisor I was talking to, and I asked him about his background, and he told me he was a pharmacist. And I said, that's important. And he said, why? I said, because now you're the financial pharmacist. Now you
Oh,
give
Nate.
financial prescriptions to people. We built a whole marketing platform that differentiated him from all other advisors.
Mm,
So it's not so much just plugging into a cookie cutter system. It's plugging into those things, but having me and you leverage them to a whole nother level and creating their own unique identity. It's kind of like you take a seed and it's got to be put in good soil with good nutrients. Then you got to give it sunlight, and then you got to give it water, and then you let them bloom, but you never cap someone's potential. You never stand in
yeah.
their way. And that's my philosophy in what we do.
I love it. Well, Tyrone, once again, it's just real pleasure talking with you and learning about what you are providing to your advisors. So thank you so much for coming on. It's been a real pleasure talking with you today.
Thank you.
You've been listening to Influential Entrepreneurs with Mike Saunders. To learn more about the resources mentioned on today's show or listen to past episodes, visit www.influentialentrepreneursradio.com.